Wow.
Do my eyes deceive me? Are you a Bard and Bella?
No.
You're one of those acapella girls. I'm one of those acapella boys, and we're gonna have aca children. It's inevitable.
You're really drunk right now. I don't think
No.
you're gonna remember any of this.
I'm not drunk at all. You're just blurry.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
no,
almost
she
fell
did.
over?
Yeah.
Can
Then
you
I
pass
could-
a sobriety test right now?
Yep.
Can you stand up straight?
See how I come right
See?
back? And I come right back.
Wow.
Can I get you a drink?
Sounds great.
I'm gonna get you a drink.
Go for it.
I think you need to get on this level.
Hi everybody, I am Peter Travers. This is Popcorn, where we tell you what's happening at the movies. And if you go to the movies, almost every movie you see will have Anna Kendrick in it. You know, you've just seen a scene from Pitch Perfect, but that's just one of so many. Anyway, we shrewdly have her sitting in this chair right now.
Hello, Mr. Travers. Nice to see you.
Welcome. It's great to see you. And look at you, you're doing an a cappella movie. You're in a cop movie, End of Watch. God knows what other things you're doing that are just like under the radar, because you're everywhere. Let's start with Pitch Perfect.
Oh,
because
certainly.
You are Pitch Perfect.
Oh.
Come on, tell me that you really weren't in an a cappella group.
No, I didn't know. I mean, when I was growing up, a cappella meant like a barbershop quartet. You know, just kind of
You
tight
didn't hang in a lot
harmonies
of barbershops.
No. No, I mean, I sang in choir, you know, which was occasionally a cappella. But prior to making the movie, when I was about 18 and I just moved to LA, a friend of mine had a crush on a guy who was in one of these a cappella groups. And so I got dragged to a UCLA versus USC, which I guess is like a bitter rivalry in the a cappella world.
Really? They're bitter in that world.
Yeah, it's the stakes couldn't be any higher, Peter. So I got dragged to this thing, and I thought it was just going to be like the worst night of my life. And by the end of it, I was like on my feet, and I was like intimidated by the people doing it. I like wanted to meet them, and I was starstruck, and you know, that was certainly something that I thought about when I was reading the script, is the idea that something that from the outside is aggressively nerdy, you know, on the inside of it, it's its own kind of subculture, and within that subculture, there's like a hierarchy, and there are the losers of that subculture and the gods and the rock stars of that subculture. And I was reminded of like the documentary King of Kong, where, you know, being a world champion at Donkey Kong to most people is not an accomplishment. And, you know, being a collegiate a cappella champion is not necessarily an accomplishment to a lot of people's minds. But within that world, you know, it means everything. And I thought that was inherently just very funny.
So did you, laughing while you were interested in it, just say, I want to be a part of this? This is my next step. Forget these Oscar-nominated movies. I want to be in an a cappella group.
No, I mean, if anything, I would say the singing aspect of it made me hesitant. You know, it was a little nerve-wracking, and it was actually Kay Cannon, who writes for 30 Rock, who wrote the script, and I think 30 Rock's one of the best shows ever made. So I could really feel that voice, and, you know, just when I kind of felt like, okay, I know what this character is, I know what this relationship's going to be, or I know where this scene is going to go, she would really surprise me and really turn things on their head. And it was like she was always 10 steps ahead of me, when I was reading it, and that was just really exciting.
Oh, when you were reading it and seeing what it was, because you're the one, your character Becca, she's not really that eager to join the Bellas.
Not at all.
You know,
no, not at all.
She's got this. Really, I'm a DJ. I'm going to be a music producer.
And that's what was funny to me, is that the idea that like this girl thinks she's really cool and really badass, and she's really not. You know, she has no right to be looking at these girls, looking down on them because she thinks that they're nerdy. And I loved any chance that I had to kind of humiliate her and like break her down, because I think, you know, that's where she becomes likable, is when she's embarrassed and uncomfortable. So at every opportunity, I tried to humiliate my own character, which was good fun. And, you know, I think that's when the audience comes around on her, too, because you can't really just be told that this is the cool character and you're supposed to like her. I think, you know, you come around on her when she's...
No, we'll decide.
Yes, and I think when she's like rapping in the middle of this, you know, pool, and there's all these people around watching her, and it's bad, and she's embarrassing herself, I think, you know, that's when those are the moments where you start to like her.
But you know, you're all power women in this movie. And I love Rebel Wilson in this too. I just love the way she can read a line sometimes, as if it doesn't seem like anything, and then it happens. But did you all sit together and try to learn a cappella together? I mean, how long did it take?
We had about a month of rehearsals, and a lot of that was on the kind of dancing, because not a lot of us were dancers, so that was humiliating and fun.
Well, since you're dressed as a flight attendant for so
long.
Oh my
God.
Yeah.
I know, we're in like 3-inch heels and these like super tight pencil skirts. It was not ideal for dancing. And we had to rehearse in the heels, which was no fun. But
torture.
I kept kind of trying to revolt. I was like, if we all say we're not going to wear the heels, they can't make us. But I guess it's right for the movie.
That's right.
Whatever.
Hollywood can make you do. There's a scene that you have where you're basically auditioning for them. It's just you, cross-legged on a stage. With what is that thing you have?
It's
like
a cup.
It's a cup.
Basically, there's a video that I saw on Reddit.com that is these two girls doing the same thing and singing a song, and I watched that, and because I am a huge loser, I decided the best way to spend my afternoon was to watch these videos and learn how to do it. And when the director found out that I could do this song and do this thing, he, insisted that it end up in the movie. So
well, it should be there because it looks unfakeable. You even do it now. Maybe you did 2,047 takes. I don't know.
I practiced a lot, so I think I only messed up a couple times.
You grew up in Maine, right? In Portland. So wasn't that a movie town? Wasn't that a place where everybody had their own indie cinema to go to?
It's funny. There were actually a couple little places when I was growing up that did show independent films. One in particular that was just one screen, and I swear to God, like folding chairs in a room. But that's where I remember the last movie I ever got to see there was Control.
Ooh.
And it has since closed, which is very sad. But there's still, I believe, a place called Videoport that's like a video store that has really great, cool videos. I remember when I was about 15, just picking up a copy of Mouchette and not really knowing what it was, and going home and watching it, and it was great to grow up in a place that, although it's very small, there are pockets of people who are committed to art and committed to film, and so that you can accidentally watch great films.
However you get to do them.
Exactly.
It's a great thing,
Exactly.
Well, talk a little about that, though. You're coming from that, suddenly you're in Maine, where there isn't all of this, and you decide, I want to come to New York?
Well, I mean, when I was very young, this is before, I was like 12 years old. I came to New York to do a Broadway show. And
yeah, it was High Society.
Yeah.
I was there. You got a Tony nomination at the age of 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super weird.
Was that the start of your divahood?
Yeah,
did you start
that's
like
when I
tossing?
became a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't looked back. I haven't looked back. Somebody get me a drink to throw in your face. I wake up and my pool boy gives me a massage and, makes me a cocktail, and I stay drunk all day.